Hello, good fellows. Today we're watching ChaCha. Let's go.
This is a predator that knows what it's doing.
You know what this kind of reminds me of? It
You?
reminds me of the what is that shrimp?
Brain fart.
Shrimp. It kind of looks like
Brain fart.
ray and a mantis shrimp had a baby, and maybe a fly. We have okay, this one is how it feels like to die in every prehistoric era. Guys, if you like dinosaurs, if you
I like you.
dinosaurs, this one goes out to you. Okay?
I like my mom. Real dinosaur.
Sometimes it's because something with too many teeth decides you're
What's going on?
Sometimes
Okay,
it's
there we
because
go.
the planet is running out of temperature.
Got it out of the way.
Make Death Valley look comfortable. We're gonna go through every single different prehistoric era, and in each one, we're gonna figure out exactly what kills you and what that would actually feel like to go through. Fair warning, it is almost never quick, and it is definitely never pleasant. But on the bright side, you learn some stuff about Earth's history.
I mean, if I could make a time machine, why can't I make other things?
So really, everyone wins. Except for you, obviously, because you'll be dead. What?
So like the dinosaurs tortured their prey for fun, they played with their food. Man, this is why your mom's telling you not to play with your food, man.
I mean, a lot of animals do that.
Yeah. It's because of the dinosaurs.
Let's start with the pre-Cambrian. So you land on a beach, which sounds nice if you realize the beach is made of black volcanic rocks that are hot enough to cook on. And the sky, cut sunset wrong, just wrong. It's around in the atmosphere, and you would be right because maybe everything went bad in the atmosphere. Take a breath because humans do, and nothing happens. Your lungs pull in air and then immediately go into panic mode because there's no oxygen in it. Just carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and some other gases that aren't doing you any favors. It's not that the air is poison exactly, it's just that the air is not food for your lungs. Your body figures this out in about 3 seconds. Now your heart starts doing this thing where it
How am I still alive without air?
beats faster and faster because it's trying to get oxygen to your brain, except there isn't any oxygen. So really your heart is just working overtime for no reason, which is honestly pretty sad if you think about it. You can't think about it though, because your vision is already going dark around the edges, and you're maybe noticing that your skin is starting to feel like it's on fire. That is
How did I get here?
Just directly micro
The sun is a deadly laser.
ultraviolet light, because the ozone layer doesn't exist yet and won't exist for another billion years or so. The ground is burning your feet through your shoes. The sun is cooking you from above.
We have shoes?
Trying to breathe something
No.
that might as well be nothing. 2 minutes is about all you get before your brain shuts off from lack of oxygen. It goes back to black rocks, which is the
Flying.
heat and the feeling of suffocating. And then your brain just stops working because it ran out of fuel. There's no one around to care because evolution hasn't invented caring yet. The good news is that in the next era, oxygen exists and you can actually breathe. Bad news is now things are going to come and eat you. So you show up in the Cambrian and immediately your lungs work, which feels incredible after the last disaster. The air has oxygen in it now, about the same as the day. For
Boo.
3 seconds, you're just standing there breathing and feeling that maybe this won't be so bad. The temperature is warm, but not killing you warm. More tropical. You're on this rocky
Tropical is
coastline
nice.
looking out at clear blue water. The land is still basically empty. There's no trees or
Shush.
anything. It's just bare rock and some dark, crusty stuff that might be algae. The ocean looks inviting.
Algae.
Okay, what's wrong with him? Why can't he speak?
Thirsty. Walking in the water.
Not algae.
You're thinking maybe you can find something to drink or at least cool off. The water is bathwater warm and clear
Isn't that seawater?
enough to see your feet. You're wading out to maybe waist deep when something big goes in the water near you. This is when you learn the Cambrian Ocean is fully stocked with
It's a soup. That it's a soup. That the ocean is a soup.
Da, 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 da,
And
da.
we can eat it, right? Because it's a
Use your words. What is that?
soup.
Yeah, the ocean will make you delirious. Don't drink it.
things that think you look edible. The thing coming at you is called a novel carrier. This, which is a name that doesn't really prepare you for what it actually is. It is 3 feet long. It looks like someone tried to make a shrimp but gave up halfway and added horror movie parts instead.
Oh, JK, yeah, no, it's a danger soup. Danger soup.
With these 2 long arms in front that have spikes all over them. And grabs your leg with those spiked arms, and immediately you understand that this is not a curious animal. This is a predator that knows what it's doing.
You know what this kind of reminds me of? It reminds me of the, what is that shrimp? Mantis shrimp. It kind of looks like a manta ray.
I mean, early man-kill bugs bigger than this. So, I'm gonna eat it.
And a mantis shrimp had a baby. And maybe a fly.
In fact, this is the first apex predator. The spikes dig into your calf muscle and the animal twists, trying to pull you under or just hold you still. And its mouth is this circular nightmare of serrated teeth that start scraping at your leg like it's trying to core an apple. You're trying to kick free, but the barbs on its arms are dug in deep, and the water around you is clouding up with blood because you're bleeding from multiple puncture wounds. Eventually, you light up.
I'm trying to pick it up. Got me an Australian barbecue.
The ground is dragging you under, and you can't
But first I have to figure out how to make fire.
get back up, or you manage to get away and then die later from infection because that water is full of bacteria and your leg is full of holes. Either way, the ocean has filed you under prey. Maybe land is better, but real quick, if you're sitting here enjoying all these detailed descriptions of how you died in the prehistoric times, go ahead and hit the like button, because apparently we found your thing. Subscribe to if you want more of this content, and follow me on TikTok and Instagram.
Australian barbecue.
Too weird even for these types of videos, which should probably concern both of us. Again, maybe land is better. Well, moving on to the Devonian, the land has trees now. Which
Yum.
is progress, even if they're not normal trees.
I shouldn't say it.
Yeah, say it.
Dildo trees. Do you
Ah.
get dehydrated a lot? Need a drink that won't break the bank? Then you should get gamer subs. They believe in truth.
Yeah, she's kind of weird.
Traditional American values, like anime girl pops. It's caffeine free and caffeinated in 2 kinds of tubs. Gamer subs improved my social life, and now I can stop seeing people everywhere. Popular flavors include Guacamole Gamer Bar 9000,
Yeah.
Sweet 6-pack, Blowhole Blast, and Splash. Use discount ChaCha at checkout for 10% off. Stay hydrated, stay hydrated, stay hydrated.
Giant ferns and weird scale trees that look like they're covered in snakeskin. Everything is
Is it just me? Or does anyone else think Phillian quit?
fun. Good news is that you can breathe fine. But even better news is there's actual fresh water here. Streams and rivers are running through the forest. I've been drinking salt water or nothing for a while now. So when you see a river, you basically run towards it. And this is your first mistake. The river's brown. It's slow moving. It's warm enough you can wade right in. You're thinking you'll drink some water, maybe go off. Maybe this place is genuinely insane. You're knee deep in the water, bending down a drink, and the thing that's been sitting in a different part of the side of it. Interesting. What you're dealing with
That looks delicious. Kind of like catfish without the whiskers.
Somebody finally thinks I'm interesting! From deep under the water.
Dicleosteus, which is a fish in the same way a chainsaw is a kitchen tool. It is 20 feet long, covered in armor plating, instead of teeth and blade things
Man, I am eating good tonight.
that work like scissors. Guillotine.
But I want to be scissored.
The jaws can bite with the same force as a T-Rex is going to bitch another 100 million years. Joe's blade jaws cut through bone without much trouble. You don't see it coming. He's sitting still in water, looking at a rock or a log.
What he's ignoring is we've killed things more dangerous than us before. We're smarterer.
And the first you know about it is when the water explodes next to you and something massive clamps around your waist. The pressure is immediate. Your ribs are breaking. Multiple ribs are breaking at once. And then the blades are cutting through your skin and muscle, and you're being pulled backward in a deeper
I don't like this fan fiction. I don't like this roleplay. I don't like this roleplay anymore. Please stop. Please stop the roleplay.
water. There's no fight.
What does he assume he knows me? I'm staying on land.
Fighting this. You're in shock and your chest
Punch it with a harpoon.
Probably already dying from internal bleeding. The fish strikes you under and thrashes once. Has water flooded your life and you'll arc. Your body sinks, the fish eats whatever's left. So water, safe option. Well, in the next era, I
Seems safe to me.
land the whole time, so maybe this will be better.
That's where all the food is.
Well, actually not, because in the Carboniferous, staying on land works for about 15 minutes until you realize land has developed its own problems. The whole planet decided to become a forest. It's just these massive swamps full of trees that look like they're trying too hard, covered in
Lovely.
tiny patterns and growing straight up to about 100 feet. Everything is wet and green, and the air feels
Giant, delicious bugs.
It's heavy almost, and there's a reason for that. Oxygen levels hit 35% during this time, which is way higher than what you're used to. And at first, this
So it's like massive humidity, like to the point where it's like mostly moisture in the air. That's interesting.
Shush.
Because you can breathe deep and your muscles have all this extra fuel, and you're thinking maybe this is the first era that doesn't immediately want you dead. But then you notice
It's super Florida.
Dragonflies that have 2-foot wingspans. They're not the problem exactly. They're just the warning. The problem is everything else that crawled out of the nightmare factory Earth apparently built during this time. You're walking through the undergrowth trying to find something to eat. You almost step on what looks like a giant millipede, except it's longer than you are tall and thicker than your leg, just sliding through the leaf litter eating dead plants.
Man, just flip it over. Grab out your pocket knife.
That one's actually harmless, or at least it's not interested in you, but it's the size that matters, because now you wonder.
I'm not harmless. I'm hungry.
Understand the rule here, which is that arthropods steal oxygen. During this time, oxygen is out of control, but then the scorpion finds you.
Wait, is it like a mega scorpion? Man, it just like sliced that gecko in half. Goodbye, gecko.
You're standing in water. Probably because you made too much noise, or it smelled you, or it just got lucky. This thing is the size of a large dog.
Scorpions have noses.
Sensors that open and close, or it figures out if you're food or threat. You freeze because you're not stupid. Then it rushes forward faster than you expected and drives its stinger into your calf. The pain is immediate and spectacular. The venom burns going in, spreading hot and electric up your leg, and within a few minutes that leg stops working because the neurotoxin is shutting down the signals between your brain and your muscles. Your heart starts beating wrong, either too fast or skipping, and breathing becomes this manual thing you have to remind yourself to do. The venom kills you slowly for the next hour with respiratory failure, or maybe you just pass out and then one of the other giant arthropods finds you and decides your dinner. Bones are received right away. Turns out high oxygen has a cost. The cost is that bugs can now kill you.
If I'm remembering correctly, there was like a giant boa or something. Anyway, humans hunted into extinction. I'm not afraid of a scorpion.
Luckily for you, the next era drops oxygen way down. Somehow that makes everything worse because now the things trying to kill you have lungs that work better than yours do. The Permian is what happens when Earth decides to run a fever. You're standing in a desert that stretches forever. Red sand and rocks baking under a sun that feels personal about it. The air is thin in your lungs because oxygen dropped to 16%. Breathing feels like you're at the top of the mountain, which you're not. You're just in hell's driveway, and your body is not handling it well. Every breath takes effort, and you're not getting enough oxygen even when you're standing still, which is a problem because you need to move or the heat is going to cook you. It's over 100 degrees, and there's no shade anywhere. There's
No!
tough plants that look like they're barely hanging on. Water is the main concern.
Water. I don't need it. I don't need it.
Left over from the last rain that might have been weeks ago. You drink it even though it tastes like granules of dirt, because the alternative is dying of thirst in the next 6 hours. The second concern is food. There isn't much, maybe some seeds or a lizard if you can catch one. You're weak from the heat and the good air. By the time night comes, you manage to get a small fire going with some dead brush. Mostly because you know what happens to things. You don't have fire when the sun goes down. What happens is a pack of Gorgonopsids smells you from about a mile away and decides to investigate. These things are not quite mammals, and they're not quite reptiles. They're sitting in this weird little zone evolution is testing out. They're about the size of wolves with heads that look wrong.
They don't look that dangerous. They look packed with meat.
Huge saber teeth coming down from the upper jaw. They hunt in groups.
Okay, yeah, that's dangerous. But I mean, you can avoid the teeth a little bit.
This one just circle around fire, staying just outside the light. You can hear them making these hissing growl sounds when they figure out their approach. Water rushes in to test.
You know what? I'm gonna share my scorpion with them. I will train them.
It's your defense, and you swing a burning stick at it. It backs off, but now they know you're scared, tired, and alone. The alpha, the oldest one,
Hey, no, I'm
behind this
alone.
comes in on the side when you're watching the others. Hits you from behind and sinks those saber teeth into your shoulder and your neck. Teeth are designed to smooth through most arteries, and they do. And you're bleeding heavily, the rest of the pack comes in to finish the job. They tear into you while you're still trying to process what just happened.
They kind of look like dino dogs, dude. Yeah.
Happened. The shock takes over before the pain gets too detailed. The body becomes weak for animals that have.
I want one. I want to befriend one. I can do it.
Which doesn't matter to you, because it doesn't help you right now. If you thought saber-toothed proto-mammals were the ceiling of prehistoric horror, the next era is when someone decided to invent dinosaurs and see what happens. It's the Triassic. Dinosaurs
Yay!
exist now, which sounds like the main problem until you realize
Mom, your people are coming.
that early dinosaurs were actually pretty small. Things you actually need to worry about were the giant land crocodiles.
Dude.
Still figuring out what dinosaurs should
What, in
be.
Florida?
Temperature is still hot and rough. Oxygen
Shush.
is coming back up, but it's not there yet. You're in this scrubland with scattered trees and a serious need for water. You follow some tracks in the dirt. These are three-toed prints that might be from an early dinosaur, and four-legged drag marks that could be anything. They lead you to a water hole. The water hole is one of those places where every animal has to show up eventually, because water is not optional. And this means predators know how to wait here. Be careful looking around before you approach. What you're looking for is something in the water or something hiding in the brush. You miss the thing by flying flat on the rocks about 30 feet away. Pastasuchus is basically a crocodile.
Pasta soup, pasta. Pasta?
It's 20 feet long, walking on four legs that holds his body up off the
That's a
ground.
cool reptile, though. It's like a gator dog.
Ancient and long, with a huge head full of teeth that
It's kind of like a T-Rex before T-Rexes.
are made for biting through bones. It was lying still enough that you thought it was a log or a rock formation in the distance. The way you find out you're wrong is with it.
What? That thing has eyes and teeth and claws. No, there's no way I'm missing that.
Moves, going from perfectly still to running at you in about a second. These things can sprint when they need to.
Jeez.
You're not winning this race. It's from the side, level that
Man, who's running? I'm hungry. I'm eating.
weight momentum knocking you sideways into the dirt. Then the jaws close on your leg, and the pressure is instant. Bones break, and the teeth
No, I'm eating you alive. I'm like a bear at this point. I am starving.
go deep into the muscle, and it starts shaking its head side to side, which is it either trying to rip your leg off or just howling at
Side
you.
to
Those
side.
things are screaming and trying to hit and push it off. And that's when it does the death roll, which is exactly what
Death
it's
roll.
Yeah.
Its whole body with your leg in its mouth, and your knee joint twists and tears, and something in your
I don't like this
hip
roleplay.
The pain is so big and painful, your brain can't process it all at once. Roll
Why the legs? So you can't run away.
blood loss before the actual bleeding even starts. And that might be the only good news you get in this entire scenario. Triassic made crocodiles walk on land and hunt like wolves. This is the legacy.
Yeah, I wants to make you Legolas.
Dinosaurs compared to what's coming, because the next era is where evolution stopped messing around and built some actual monsters. It's the Jurassic. The forest has come back. Real forest this time, trees that make sense and ferns everywhere. The actual rainfall that doesn't feel like a punishment from God. And for the first time since you started this nightmare tour of Earth's history, you're thinking, maybe for once this could work out. The air has oxygen again. Lots of it.
Nice.
It's easy and your muscles aren't screaming at you constantly. There are streams of clean water and the temperature is warm, but not murder hot. And you can hear animal sounds in the distance, which means there's food
Is
around.
that Skyrim background
This
music?
forest that honestly looks pretty nice. Past trees
Shush.
tower overhead and
Shush.
the sunlight. You're so focused on not dying from heat
Great.
or thirst or thin air, you forget to think about what else lives here. What lives here are sauropods, those long-necked dinosaurs that
The weird sounds I've heard in all those dinosaur movies, I ain't forgetting shit.
way more than a house. And you see a few of them through the trees just casually eating leaves from the canopy while their feet leave prints in the ground deep enough to person. They don't care about you because you're too small to register as anything, which is almost nice.
Dang! Imagine being so short that all the other creatures are like, you sad, pathetic little human. I tower over you like a god. You are insignificant to me.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't dinosaurs have pea brains? I can ride one. Finally.
Tails are super in head height. You could cave in your skull by accident. You're giving them space. Moving bricks.
I wasn't insulting ChaCha's brain.
But when you smell something dead, that thick, rotting meat smell that makes your stomach turn, and there's a half-eaten corpse, so plant eaters grass ahead with flies swarming it. This is when you learn that Allosaurus doesn't just kill and eat on the spot. It leaves food for later and it comes back to it. And right now it's coming back. 3 of them actually. Because they're all in groups and the food is big enough to share. Each one is about 30 feet long, walking on 2 legs with tiny arms that don't seem useful and a head that's all jaw.
What's that say? Agent
Small,
Tick?
big head,
Pink.
and little
Heads,
arms.
they're for tracking movement. And you're moving because you're backing away
The
slowly.
pink.
Press it aside and running could help you. It wouldn't. They're faster than you and they know it. And when one of them breaks through
Hiding
the
only.
the other 2 follow these pack tactics.
Man, what's with all this running? I am starving.
Job description. You try anyway because standing still while a dinosaur sprints at you just feels wrong. You may be making 50 feet before the lead predator catches up and hits you from behind with its head, knocking you flat. The weight of it pins you down, 1 foot on your
That's some
back,
strong glass.
to the dirt, and then it bites down on your neck and shoulder.
Why does that feel like smug roleplay for a minute, and then it pins you down to the ground, and then it bites you in your shoulder, fairly, and then it says, "You're mine."
Silence, you old dinosaur.
Collarbone and sever whatever arteries you're trying to
Okay, not that. No, please.
Shock does you the favor of cutting off most of the pain before your brain realizes what's happening to the rest of you. That's the Jurassic. Pretty forests, giant animals, and a food chain that you do not rank high on. But those dinosaurs are back. Because the next era is when evolution spent another 80 million years upgrading them into something worse. Cretaceous Earth looks almost normal if you don't think about it too hard, with actual flowers growing on plants and forests that have leaves that you might recognize if you squint hard enough. Oxygen is up around 30% again, which your body loves. The climate is warm and stable enough that you're not immediately dying from exposure. Thinking this might be the first era finally where survival is possible for more than a day. At least the wrongness takes a few hours to find you. There are dinosaurs everywhere now, every size and type, from duck-billed herds moving through meadows to armored tanks of tails that can break your spine if you got too close. It's loud out here. Animal calls are echoing through the trees. The noise gives you something to track and avoid. The problem is that the predators here are better at this than you are at hiding. You're near a river trying to catch fish or find something edible, staying low.
If I have to tell you to shush one more time, I will.
Why? You notice the birds go silent and the smaller animals stop moving. That's your only warning before a pack of dromaeosaurs come out of the undergrowth.
Dang!
Circle
Wait, these look like Utah Raptors, kind of.
entirely for killing things.
Which I'm sure they're not, because, you know, like, those ones are a lot more feathered, but they remind me of Utah Raptors.
Giant claws on their back feet that are pointed sharp. Their
Are they
eyes
related?
intelligence that makes you understand that these things are thinking through their attack. One of them makes a clicking sound and the others respond, and they're communicating tactics, which is deeply unfair. You grab a stick because that's all you have. The pack tests you by having
They're like duckosaurs.
while the others are watching. Yeah, you can swing and miss, and they learn from that.
I see, so birds only got smaller. Didn't really change much.
Next time, two come at you from different angles. Turn to face one another when it hits you from behind, jumping on your back and seeing that giant toe claw in your side while its hand claws grab from the kill. The pain is immediate and sharp. You're trying to throw it off when another one lunges for your leg and opens a gash.
Yeah, Utah Raptors are my favorite dinosaur.
Down, slashing and retreating. And you're
I think they're really cool.
multiple cuts before
ChaCha's my favorite dinosaur.
one of them decides to end it and goes for your throat. The claw hits your cardioid, and the blood pressure drops fast enough that your vision goes dark before you can process anything else. Your body drops, and the pack feeds. Somewhere in the trees, a Tyrannosaurus smells blood, starts moving this direction, to see if there's anything worth stealing.
Nasty murder turkeys.
Scourge, and you fall. Eventually, an asteroid shows up and fixes the whole dinosaur everywhere problem. That takes another 15 million years. For now, this is the worst Earth has ever been in keeping humans alive, which is saying something given where we started. Now let's
kept yourselves alive.
The
Jerk.
dinosaurs are gone when you show up here, which sounds great until you see what replaced them. You're in a tropical jungle that makes the previous forest look like little parking lots. Everything is dripping and hot and so humid. You see 20 feet through the mist. The temperature hovers around 90 degrees all day and doesn't drop much at night. The air is thick with moisture, the smell of rotting plants, and something else that you can't place. There are mammals now, weird ones, and birds that walk on the ground whose flight apparently seems optional to them. The good news is that there's water everywhere and fruit actively
Everything he's shown me so far just looks so delicious.
actually exists for
Not the bugs.
first time in your entire journey through this for actual edible fruit hanging from trees
Oh.
that you can eat from cooking or praying it doesn't
What kind of
poison
fruit
you.
is that?
Bad news is that every mosquito bite you're getting carries something your immune system has never seen. Every cut is getting infected with humidity, and your body is fighting battles on multiple fronts.
Oh yeah, this is
against
before
microbes.
antibodies or whatever.
Here's perfect.
Antibiotics.
You've been here 3 days, and you have a fever that comes and goes. Your lymph nodes are swollen, and you're pretty sure something laid eggs under your skin.
Ew.
There's itching in places that shouldn't itch, but you're still moving and eating and drinking, which is better than most eras have managed. So you're still counting this as a partial win. The thing that ends you is a terror bird, which is evolution's answer to the question, what if we made a predator out of a chicken, but made in metal? This chicken stands like 6 feet tall. It can't fly, it has a beak that's designed to crack.
Oh my gosh, it's Big Bird.
Tracking for the last hour, so you're feverish and slow to making mistakes.
Mm.
Decides that you're weak enough, it just walks under the brush and comes at you.
Oh my gosh, you know what it reminds me of? The freaking Skeksis from Dark Crystal. Yeah.
I can see
These
it.
things. Essence! Essence! Those guys from Dark freaking Crystal.
Directly because it doesn't mean to be sneaky. You try to run, but your infected leg isn't working right and you stumble. The bird is on you in seconds. The beak hits the back of your head first, crushing through skull bone.
Yeah.
From inside your own head. And that's probably the blow that kills you, even though the bird keeps hitting you a few more times to make sure it starts eating before you completely stop moving, which is standard procedure for predators.
Wow, thanks for making me feel old, ChaCha. No worries. We're watching a prehistoric video, right? Only right to bring up prehistoric references.
Microbes here are predators. They've been working with you since day one. The bird just finished when the bacteria started. We're getting close to the present now, which should mean that things are finally getting safer. But that is wrong. They are not getting safer. We now land in the Quordinary. The cold hits you.
High-key, I really like Dark Crystal.
It's the kind of cold that makes your chest hurt.
Like I said, humans have made it safer by killing everything.
You breathe, and your fingers go numb in about 30 seconds. You're in the Ice Age now, 50,000
What do you
years
think,
ago.
mister?
The first thing you notice is that you can see your breath, and the second thing is that you're standing on frozen grass in the middle of a plain that goes on forever.
What
The
do you
sky
think?
is gray and low. The sun is weak even at midday, and there's a wall of ice on the northern horizon that's
Who's
just the
that?
edge of a glacier covering half of Europe. This is the closest you've gotten to your own time. Close enough that the air feels right, the land looks almost normal, and you're gonna die here anyway because the temperature is sitting at about 20 degrees and you don't have the right.
I agree. I wish we would have had a second season of Dark Crystal.
Especially
I
when you're
agree.
already tired from the 9 previous eras of getting murdered by nature. Your body starts pulling blood away from your extremities to keep your core warm, which means your fingers and toes stop working right and turn
Oh, no.
blue.
Oh,
It's
no.
difficult to watch.
Oh no!
Immediately, you manage fire because you've gotten good at that by now. You've had
Why
lots
is
of
my
times to
fingers and
practice that
toes?
skill by scraping a spark into some dry grass.
I can't feed you
versus
anymore.
Something that puts out heat. The shelter is harder because there's no cave nearby, and building something out of frozen
Wanna
dirt
get down?
and dead grass is not
Wanna
good.
get down?
Night comes early this far north, and it drops under 20 degrees. fire is the only thing keeping you from freezing alive. What you don't know is that smoke and firelight travel far in this empty landscape, and every predator within a few miles can see exactly where you are.
This is just Canada.
Even the modern ones, neither.
This is just Canada.
Fire.
Big doggos. I will train them, and they will respect me, or become dinner.
Also, you need to hear them before they see you. You hear
It's
that
so good.
laugh sound they make while communicating. And then you see the eyes reflected in the firelight. 6 or 7 of them are forming a circle just outside the warm zone. You throw sticks and yell and try to make yourself bigger, which works for a while because they're cautious about the fire, but you're also exhausted and freezing and starting to make mistakes. It rushes in to test you. You don't react fast enough. It grabs your ankle and pulls you away from the flames before you can stop it. The others move in.
I don't think this guy knows me enough.
Tactics are efficient and brutal. They go for your legs first to keep you from running.
Of course, the legs. Yeah, they want to stop you from running.
Throat is cold when you're trying to breathe blood. The cold helps a little because shock sends it faster when your body temperature is already dropping, and you're unconscious before they start feeding on your dinner. Your bones get scattered across the steppe covered by snow. In the spring, some early humans might find a few pieces.
It's weird that I keep coming back, but I don't learn anything.
What happened here, but probably not, because death was common and bodies were everywhere. They would just think you were another person during this time and suffered the brutal fate they all worried about. You made it to within 50,000 years of home, close enough to almost see it. And the Ice Age killed you the same way it killed you. Actual humans were better prepared and had groups to help them survive. The ecosystem did not approve of humans doing a solo attempt. So here's what we've learned. Across 4 billion years of Earth's history, there's maybe a 10,000 year window where a human can exist without the planet immediately trying to end them. And you're living in it right now. Every other era we covered had at least one thing that was completely incompatible with human survival, whether that was unbreathable air, or water full of giant predators, or bugs the size of your couch, or just cold that treated you.
Nah, I think I would have done great. Those dinosaurs would become dino dinner.
Prehistoric Canadians.
150 million years to run this place, and they built an ecosystem where things other dinosaurs sometimes both. And even after they left, how worse using smaller packages. Nature spent millions of years testing different ways to kill things.
You just got scared.
Very good at it. The fact that you can walk outside right now without suffocating or getting eaten or frozen to death is basically a statistical accident. It's a narrow slice of time where the temperature was just right enough and the oxygen levels are just right enough, and the predators have learned that attacking humans brings consequences just the right amount of times. Every era before this was some version of a death trap, just with different specific methods for killing. And the only lesson here is that time travel isn't.
Alright, it looks like he's just padding out the video. So I'm just going to end it here. Thank you for watching. See you next video.